Well, hello and good morning. Welcome to the second video of the Universal Skills. Sorry, I'm recording this in the morning. I am not much of a morning person. Alright, you finally get into the game. Now, if it's your first time in the game and you've chosen your station and location you'll start at, you'll automatically show up in your hangar. But otherwise, you will show up in an apartment of some kind. First thing you should do is go to your inventory and see if you're equipped with gear. If not, time to do a little bit of shopping. Obviously, I've already done the shopping and I've already done the equipping of gear. And somebody crashed outside the station. People do that a lot. I've got a handheld tractor beam tool. I've got a multi-tool. I've got some binoculars, because those are good to have. Don't think I have a medical gun. I do have medical pens. Those are real important. So I could probably just pick up the medical gun later, casually. And I have a gun and ammo. So I'm good to go. Make sure you do an inventory check before you leave the space station. Now let's leave the apartment. Let's go down the elevator to the main area. All right. By the way, I am holding down the F button. Brings a little cursor on the screen. And then this cursor is what allows me to interact with stuff. Like, I see they've got some drinks. Oh, that's just decoration. Okay. We'll go ahead and go over, I think there's either a burrito or a hot dog stand around here somewhere. Okay, this is the elevator to other parts of the space station. I'm at Seraphim Station, which is outside of Crusader. Now, for this video, I'm not only going to show you what you do when you first wake up, I'm going to give you a rundown on navigation and how to get around. Alright, drinks are important. So if I tap the F button, I just grab one in my hand, right click on the mouse to put it away. I'm going to tap it again. I'm going to have two of these things. Maybe there's a little trick I can show you later. Now, if I hold the F button down, I buy it and it will be sent to the station's inventory. Now, inventory stations are spread throughout the station. Here's a couple right here. So, I know I've got two in my backpack. Substance here. And there's the other one. Look, I got a little bit extra food here. I have been a bit of a loot goblin. Now, if I unselect it, it shows everything I have at the station. I've been raiding bunkers for a while. I even bought a cool jacket from Grim Hex and brought it over here. An extra armor set for just in case. Extra guns. Ooh. You know what? Let me move this too. Always fun to have an extra. Or I hold down the shift button and left click. And now I have two grenades in my inventory. Okay, we will exit the inventory now. That's just a quick introduction to inventory. I can make a much more detailed video about that, but that's not the main point of this video. Today, we are traveling in a basic ship.
Welcome.
Okay, I want to bring up a cool little shuttle called the Pisces. Now, pay attention to this number. Cargo. That holds 4 units of cargo. We'll call it up.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to
This is where I gotta go to get to my ship. And it should have my name on it. There it is. Squirrel Lord's small hangar. Okay, welcome to the hangar. Believe it or not, it is a fire zone. Somebody you don't like tries to stalk you and follow you? Well, give him a whole mag. Full of love. Here is my ship, the Pisces. It's a great little utility shuttle. It's low profile, oftentimes people ignore it. Perfect for what I need today. And you should always close your door behind you. That way people don't sneak in your ship and kill you and take your ship. Because people will do that. Alright, now we're in the pilot's chair of the ship. There's a couple ways to boot up the ship. There's a couple hotkeys way. Right, Alt, and the R button. Fully boots up the ship with the engines warmed up. The U button completely powers down the ship. Powers it back up. But it does not turn on the engine. This is the letter U on the keyboard. The letter U powers the ship on and off without turning on the engines. The I button powers on the engine. Now, before you request takeoff and you leave the hangar, you should go over here to your power. Notice 6 out of 16. I've got extra power slots I can put into something. Maximum of shields, because the Pisces has one little dinky class 1 shield. Not a powerful ship at all. It has good engines. It's pretty quick. And weapons. Maximum power. Now, power management. There we go. Yep. Cooler is now important to make sure that you have powered. Okay. Now, I have a hotkey, decoy. These are countermeasures. This is what keeps the enemy missiles from locking onto you. I'm going to bring that count to 4. In case somebody decides to be funny and shoot missiles at me as soon as I open the hangar door, I can quickly deploy flares and get away. Now, let's talk about requesting takeoff. There are 3 ways I can do this. I can use the hotkey Alt and N, the left Alt and N, or I can use my personal computer here. Press F11 to open up to the correct page. We're in the comms. Now, the space station is listed under Friends, Seraphim Station. I can just click this icon here, and it'll count as requesting takeoff or landing. Or I can do it from the ship console. You can change one of your MFDs until it gets to the communications tab. Right here. Now, make sure you're not highlighting the cargo. That's for a different ship, a specialty built ship, and a very specialized purpose. Make sure it's just the station and click Hail. I am going to go ahead and use the hotkey. Left Alt and N. Look at that. no wait time. I wasn't in a queue. Now, the hangar door is opening. I'm good to go. Let's switch over to the external camera. Now, in a hangar like this where the door opens and closes above you, strafe up to exit. Make sure the hangar door opens up all the way so you don't crash your ship into the door. Now, I'm not moving fast because my gear is down. When I retract my gear, I can now move to the fullest speed of SCM mode. In SCM mode, you have access to your weapons, and your shield is up. This is how you fly around the local area, just like in the last video I showed you if you watched it. But I want to leave the space station and I want to go somewhere else. Now, I know the Crusader area by heart. I know it pretty darn well, so I know how to point my nose and kind of fake it till I make it to the location. I want to go from Seraphim Station to the pirate space station known as Grim Hex. Press the letter B to switch from SCM mode to NAV mode. Let it spool up. Once it's fully spooled up, you will see the nav points you can go to. Not a whole lot. There we go. That is the moon of Selin. So let's go to Selin, or at least part of the way. Now I can tap the button again ahead of time. Now, because I have set no specific course in my map, all the points that I can quantum to is visible. Grim Hex orbits Yella. Let's go to Yella. This time I'm going to let it run its course. Alright, around planets and moons. There are things that generally orbit. This is the OM marker number 4. Orbital marker. Orbital marker number 1 and number 2 will cover the north and south pole of the planet or moon you are approaching. And then orbital markers 4 through 6 goes around the planet itself. Alright, let's go to orbital marker 1, because I know I will have line of sight on Grim Hex. I can't just straight fly to Grim Hex with the moon blocking the way. I don't have line of sight. Okay, right there is a location marker. That is called Miner's Lament. But this icon is different from Miner's Lament. That is a station icon marker. That's where Grim Hex is. Now, as I approach Grim Hex, I have to be careful of other players. This is a known player versus player location. Now, I am flying rather fast. I don't want to smash into Grim Hex. Let's change my flight mode back to SCM speed by pressing B. I'm flying back to slower speeds again, but now my shields are powering up and I have access to weapons again. Not that the Pisces is going to do a whole lot of damage. You never know. Now, as I approach this piratey space station, I should use my hotkey, Alt-N. There we go. They are going to let me land at their hangar. So let's do it. Now, the letter N is what deploys my landing gear and retracts it. So when I get a good lineup on my landing bay, I'm going to approach. When I get close, just press the letter N to deploy the landing gear, like so. See how my wings fold up and the landing gear pops down? Now, Landing gear down, you go very, very slow. It's actually a good cheesy way to slow your ship down and brake. And now down strafe to make that landing. Gonna move forward a bit. Little OCD, gotta try to center it as best as I can. Even though I'm not the best at that. There we go. So now we've covered takeoff and landing. Now, let's press the F2 button to open up your star map. Now let's go over the basics of setting a course to a specific location. Now, I'm going to highlight the moon of Daymar with my cursor and double click. See how it zooms in? Now, I can zoom in and out with my mouse wheel. I can right click and hold it down to move the cursor. Now, the further out I zoom, the more of the solar system I can move around, highlight, and all that good stuff. Alright, let's go back to Daymar. Let's set a course to somewhere specific on Daymar. Now, the Star Citizen map, admittedly, really does need an overhaul, and it needs a lot of improvements. Let's highlight a specific place on Crusader I want to go to. This is a known location where you can buy gold for all you trader people, all you space merchants. Alright, where is it? Right here. This is the place. Shubin Mining Facility, SCD-1. Left click. And route. Now, sometimes, because the map is still in development, you won't get a route to the specific location within the planet. Or in this case, the moon. So just highlight the moon itself. Oh. I cannot route from here the hangar. Okay, let's leave the hangar. Alt-N to request takeoff. I hear the doors opening. Alright, soon as the doors are nice and open, let's get a move on. Bring up the landing gear. Let's go. Alright, there's no other players here that I see. So get clear of the station. I just might. Let's engage nav mode. Now, oh look, there's another player. None of the places on the moon of Yela is highlighted yet. It's a glitch around the stations for some reason. I hope they fix it. So move to the moon. Now I'm going to go up to OM1 or 2. Let's go to 2. Doesn't matter. Gives me line of sight on Daymar anyway. Now let's try to reroute to Daymar. Double click. Let's go to that place that sells that gold. There it is. Can I route it now? Yes, I can. Quantum travel shows me the number of stops it'll take to get to that specific location. First, I will quantum to the moon of Daymar itself, and then from there, it's a direct flight to the Shubin mining facility. Okay. Hit B to engage. Oh, let's boot it up. Alright. Give it a minute. Let it calibrate. Let's go. And there's the destination. Let's go. So at planetside and moonside locations... Hey, Corgi, hush. It's okay. It's okay. She's trying to protect me from the mailman who's bringing my package. It's okay. Silly dog. Alright. Shh. It's okay, sweetie. You want to go on a space adventure too? Yeah? Okay, come with me. Come with me. Okay. We're flying to the moon. We are entering the atmosphere. I would switch from nav mode back to SCM mode when you are about 10 kilometers out, so you don't fly too fast and smash into the ground as you're approaching the planetary, or in this case, the moon location. Now up ahead, you see all those little white arrows? Those are spaceships that are landed. Most likely they are abandoned. You'll find that the player base loves to litter their spaceships all over the place. That's disgusting. That's messy. Don't do that. Okay, up ahead I see a landing pad. Now at a planetary location, they don't really care about hailing requests for takeoff and landing and all that stuff. You just find an open landing pad and drop your landing gear and just go ahead and land. Here we go. Nice, slow, easy. When you get over the spot, just a nice down strafe until you touch down. Easy. Now, I can power off my ship. Sometimes, if you go to the landing tab, you can refill your ship. This is a very cheap ship to operate. It's great. Okay. Now that we've navigated to the mining facility, you of course can get out, look around at all the different places. I will do another video for this. Now, let's say I want to go across the solar system. Not just from Planet Crusader and to one of its moons. I want to go to the planet Hurston, and more specifically, there is a place called Lorville. You can search in the tab. Oh, look. There it is, highlighted. Click. Now, will it let me route the entire journey from here? Yes, it will. Now, check this out. There are 3 stops along the way. If you're going a long distance, make sure you top off your fuel before you make the cross-system journey. My goodness. All right. Cool. Now, at this kind of a location, it is a no-fire zone. It's an armistice zone, which means I can't shoot my guns. Weapons systems are locked. However, just outside of the system, outside of this little space station here, this little ground station, the armistice zone is not very big. Pirate players love to wait here for merchants to load up on all their goodies. So what I would do, if you already planned out your route ahead of time, go ahead and switch to nav mode before you even take off. Let it fully calibrate, let it fully boot up. Immediately pull up your landing gear. Once that landing gear is up, point straight up, slam the boost. And get moving very, very fast. Fast as your ship can go. Now, disabled an atmosphere. I can't quantum yet. Ah, now I can. Point at the destination. Calibrate and go. Time is of the essence. Pirate players exist. They are way more dangerous than the NPCs. Okay, a little something interesting. That number tells me the distance to my destination. 31.8 giga meters. Lots. It's far. Okay, so it's going to take me about 5 to 6 minutes to reach the planet Hurston. So, through the power of editing, we will skip forward to the arrival at Hurston. Okay, here we are, and my dog has finished having her barking fit. You'll see that the quantum drive is cooling off. Whenever you go across system from a planet to planet, not just planet to moon, your quantum drive will need to cool down. Alright, and there is Lorville. But you know what? I kind of changed my mind about going to Lorville itself. There is a space station in orbit directly above Lorville. Now, once I press the quantum mode, I will be locked in to go to Lorville, but I can bypass this and I'll show you a little trick. I'm locked in. I can't unselect going into quantum. I have my finger on the B button to switch from NAV mode to SCM mode. When I get to the other side of the planet, I'm going to switch modes. And I'm going to recalibrate the destination I want to go to. Right here should do. Now let's press F2. I'm going to press cancel. Because I changed my mind. Instead, I want to go to the station in orbit around Lorville. I want to go to Everest Harbor instead of Lorville. Because Lorville's kind of gross anyway. Now, a space station. I feel like I want to go here instead. Okay. Upon approach to the space station, I am still in nav mode. I'm flying fast. I get 10 clicks out. I'm going to switch to SCM mode. Alt-N to request landing. Can make the request at about 10 km, maybe even a little further than that. I don't remember the exact number. There we go. And then when you get close to the hangar opening, press N to deploy the landing gear. And to slow down so you can fine-tune everything. See, I overshot it just a little bit. That's okay. And just take it nice, slow, and easy. I would point your nose, make it nice and level. Let me show you a little something. These indicate the angle that your nose is pointed at relative to the surface. So as long as my nose is on the flat line, I will land perfectly flat and all that good stuff. There we go. I'd power down your ship. Then I would go ahead, and since I made a little bit of a journey, landing, top off my fuel. 750 space bucks worth of quantanium today. And that was to travel across the system. The Pisces is a very cheap ship to operate. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for hanging, and until next time, happy gaming!